Speaking of Lehu Zhehing, ladies and gentlemen, it's Bongholio. You got it. Look out, man. It's Dan Bongholio, who is still looking for TP for his bunghole. And apparently, hey, this is a fiery video. It's a fiery video, you guys. Now, I'm only going to do about 10, 15 minutes of this because it's an hour. He doesn't cut his stuff down because he gets angry when I take pieces of it. You chicken shit. Cut little clips of your videos again, because I can do the unfiltered ones from Fox, but he won't cut this one up because he gets all mad, which is hilarious. Okay, so fiery video. Let's do it. And by the way, he's going to explain to us what the fuck happened. We started out with Stu and Glenn going, what happened? And now we're going to find out what happened. So let's see.
Don't buy into the hysteria.
Don't do it.
The left is, gosh, this drives me crazy.
Oh, is that what did it?
It's becoming pretty clear now that the left is going to lose the House.
No, it isn't.
And may, at best at this point, at best, pick up a seat in the Senate.
At best. That's pretty best, fucko. You guys thought you were going to win it by 53, 54, 55. I even heard 56.
At worst, it'll be a push. It'll be 50-50 where we were before, okay?
Yeah, at worst, we just can get all of our judges through. At best, we can get all of our judges through and Kamala Harris doesn't have to walk down to the Capitol.
I'm not sure that's eager grounds for a celebration.
Eager grounds for you mean amongst Democrats? He's a hair loud? Okay, yeah, he's a bit shouty. It's true. Hold on, I'll bring it down a touch.
I don't understand. I don't get the celebration.
That's because you're stupid, and you were claiming red wave to match your fucking shirt, and the Democrats were supposed to lose like 50 to Steve Bannon was saying 100 seats in the House. The conservative estimates were 50 seats turning over, and you're not even sure you're going to fucking win it. I don't think you are. And the Senate was supposed to flip 6 fucking seats and give you guys veto-proof majorities in there, and you were going to stranglehold the whole fucking government, and the whole thing was a referendum on Biden. Just like it was just going to be like, this guy's incredibly unpopular. You guys are going to take it over. It always goes that way, and you're just going to, all you need is a little bit of a wave, and you were just going to trounce it. Of course there's huge celebration, you fucking tool.
We know they lost the governorship of Nevada. Like, yeah, we won 2. Yeah, in Massachusetts and Maryland.
And Pennsylvania.
I mean, we had 2 rhinos in there anyway.
Right?
We stood practically no chance of winning those again. Those were fluke.
Also, I don't give a fuck about a state election I'm not in. I could prefer that Carrie Lake doesn't win or some shit like that. But I don't really care because I don't live in Arizona. And her policies are not going to affect the rest of the fucking country. The rest of us are not on the edge. Well, Jesus Christ, I wonder who runs that state. It's not meaningful. There are a couple of states like New York where the idea of it changing hands in Republican hands would effectively do some crime shifts that might make it more draconian in how and militaristic the police act in the state, or sentencing might get more draconian or something, which is cause for concern in a state as populous and so full of like tourists and foreigners and all that kind of stuff that go through there. As far as like America as in terms of its image, maybe. But I can't do anything fucking about it. You think I'm going to lose any fucking sleep about who governs a state I don't live in?
Elections. I don't get what we won school board elections.
Oh, well, fuck. Then I'm sorry. Pack it in. We won school board elections. What more do you what do you want? Huh? You got Florida and you got school boards. Okay? You fucking tool. Like, why?
Everybody's freaking out on the right while
because you won. Because your consolation board is fucking school boards?
The left is taking a victory lap over losing the House.
No. We haven't lost the House yet. And I got news for you. Even if you squeak it out by 1 vote, we're going to have it back in a matter of months. And secondly, you were supposed to trounce everybody. Everybody was calling it a red wave. It was supposed to be a referendum. It's always a referendum. Compared to even in the losing of it, we were set up to lose fewer seats than any president in modern history. You have to go back to fucking Kennedy to find somebody who got a narrow margin or got that close in a midterm. Biden is fucking killing it.
I'm not kidding. I'm really puzzled by this whole thing.
That's because you have a difficulty understanding reality in any form, and you're stupid. You're a stupid person. I don't think you're dumb. I think you're stupid. I think you willfully dumb yourself down while you're perceiving things so that you can translate, so you can lie to yourself, so you can lie to your viewers. I think that's what he does.
Weird.
I can't say this right. It's so weird. And it's not just me.
Yeah, it's just you. Everybody else is like, what the fuck happened? We got to do something.
In case you think, oh, it's just Dan. By the way, Guy, you know me, Joe, and you know me longer. You've known me the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know me. I love you guys. That's why I'll never put you on fucking camera.
You wouldn't call me like Mr. Optimistic, would you?
Hell no.
I mean, I'm long on the United States, no doubt. I love my country, but that's more of a big picture thing. But believe me, I'm the first guy to tell these two, man, we're really effed now.
He's
of a
like,
realist. No, he sits here with me all the time. Oh, yeah, realist is right.
Yeah, more of a realist.
Me?
Yeah, this is realistic. Like, basically, there's two realists in the world. There's Bongholio and there's Stu, and I can't wait till the Blaze gives them their own show together.
Levin, others out there. Levin's been around a lot longer than me. The godfather of the conservative movement.
Ouch. Dude doesn't qualify as the fairy godmother of the conservative movement.
When he's telling you the same thing I'm telling you, we're probably right. And what I'm telling you is, please don't get demoralized.
Too late.
The left is so eager to gaslight you and make you believe they had some mammoth victory in the midterms.
Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah. We had a saber-toothed tiger victory.
That I see Republicans running around with their hair on fire. Oh my gosh, it's over. The country's finished. It's gonna burn to the ground tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what you've been saying, asshat.
It's not.
Stop gaslighting us, yeah.
I
can't help it. It's my way.
It's not. It looks likely, extremely likely at this point, that we are going to win the House.
Are you going to win the House, or do you think it's likely that you'll squeak out a one-seat majority? That's winning. That's what they've always meant by winning. Look, Republicans don't need to win big. We just need to win, period. That's the important thing, okay? We need to do it. And if you don't believe me, ask Hagman. I am the Hagman. I am the walrus. I love the Trumpistan. Cuckoo-ca-choo-cha-choo-choo-ca-choo. We won! I won basically unopposed. I took a red district and I made it redder! We won. Well, I don't know, why can't everybody cheer up? You got rid of a legacy daughter of some former vice president, and you got me instead. You got the Hagman. You got the MAGA. You got the bunghole.
Albeit by very slim margins.
Very slim. Slim. Razor. I mean, we got to spend a lot of money winning districts we already had, but still.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's
a big freaking deal.
Oh, it is. It's a huge deal. For me, especially, because now I get to be Congresswoman-ish from Wyoming, the one congressperson-ish that they have, and I'm going to run it the way I see fit. And when I get on the National Security Committee, Chamber Committee, and Judicial Committee, I'm going to tell them we are going to have Sharia law, but like the Old Testament Christian version. You watch.
It's really hard to flip the House. I'm going to explain why. Again.
Yeah, it's so hard. Like, why did you guys even want that? Sorry.
In case you think I'm making this up.
Why stop now?
We could win back 2 governorships. Again, lost 2, but they were in liberal states.
Where we had a rhino anyway. I mean, what the fuck?
Okay? Michigan was a hold for them, so that's a push. No good. She's a terrible governor. But now that they have Democrats, some more Democrats in the House and the Senate in Michigan, you're going to see now the Republicans aren't going to be able to block Whitmer's stuff, and things are going to get worse.
Yeah, just count on it. Yeah, things are going to get worse after the lead pipes go and rural broadband comes in and the schools get extra funding and the potash starts flowing out of Michigan, giving them another tax base, and the U.S. government replaces the entire fleet with electric Fords and Chryslers and Chevys and whatever the fuck.
And you're going to see Michigan change too. Mark my words.
Marked. Consider it marked.
Things just aren't bad enough yet.
Yeah, that's what you hope for in America. You know what I mean? As Americans go.
The governorships could be a push, though, if Kari Lake pulls it out.
Nope. No. Folks, not going to happen.
Race is looking tough, folks.
Oh, it's tough. I'm a realist. I'm not a pessimist. You can ask these guys. What's your name again?
Not going to spin your wheels.
Are you going to rotate my tires? Can you at least pressure wash my undercarriage while you're down there?
We're getting good majorities, but not the majorities we need for me to...
Hey, you got school boards. What do you want? Huh? Do you want to control the youth of America? Or do you want to actually write policy and actually direct the country into... Oh.
Breathe easy. There's still a shot.
There is. Don't. Yo, if you had one shot, don't, to give up the Senate, the House, don't, and the SCOTUS, just so you can get school boards, would you give it up or just fuck around and lie to everybody? Yo.
Nevada governor's race, that's done. We won that one.
Yeah, super great. Yeah, there's a state with 3 cities, only one of which actually does any money for the entire state.
We took that back from the Democrats.
Boom. Slap dingle. Not Nevada, not, wait for it, the Nevada governorship. What? I don't know how we're going to recover, you guys. I mean, it's fixed now. I mean, especially because you've got a former sheriff. You can count on him to throw the election.
Now, folks, this is what's happening. Big, huge picture first.
Yeah, go big. Yeah. Like the Illuminati. Start there and work your way down. Lizard people drinking baby milk.
And why I believe that this is not the apocalypse you think it is.
Can we just enjoy the fact that apparently his viewership thinks it's the apocalypse? Can we all? No, we didn't get Nevada for the, we got it for the Senate, which matters. We didn't get it for the governor's race. Who cares? We're going to get Arizona. Kari Lake is not going to be governor.
Blue states are getting bluer.
Yes, that's right. 3 cities, Las Vegas, Reno, and Sparks, Nevada, where I'm moving shortly just so that I can pretend that I own the place.
Red states are getting really red.
Yes, if only they had people in them.
Purple states are starting to tilt more towards the red side.
No, they are not.
And after these next 2 years, I think we're going to get a slight shade of red to them.
That's reassuring. And I thought the apocalypse was here, and now he tells me that purple states will get a slight shade of red to them. So I don't know. First of all, I don't know of a single Republican who wouldn't feel comforted by that statement, which is so clear and so definitive. And as a Democrat, I'm obviously in a huge panic right now because with I mean that's the end of Democratic rule in the country. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go set my house on fire. That's the only way to handle this. A slight shade of red. Shut the fuck up.
But blue states are getting really nasty. I have
blue states are getting nasty. That's Miss Blue State.
No doubt about that.
You mean the states that pay for everything?
Now, the Wall Street Journal described them this weekend in this Alyssa Finley piece called "The Blue State Exodus Helps Democrat Governors Win."
Oh, that was because the Republicans that bailed out during COVID fucked off to Texas and places like that and Florida.
You had Jared Polis, Gretchen Whitmer, and others in Michigan, other blue, Kathy Hochul, and others in New York win. Now, in New York, we actually did quite well down ballot, really well, actually. New York and Oregon have turned out to be two bright spots, even though Oregon looks like they may hold the governorship there. They're going to hold the governorship there as well.
Right. It's a bright spot. We lost, but a bright loss. There was a slight shade of win in our loss.
I'd say.
Shit.
But there's a sorting benefit to this. The Journal talks about how the people leaving, this is why I told you, sometimes I tell people, come down to Florida, please. If you're a conservative, I get a ton of emails. No, Dan, stop telling people to come down here. No, folks, please trust me. The people coming down here to Florida are not liberals. Just look at the data.
Oh, yeah, no, I understand that. I can tell by the increasing numbers of guys in thongs in the swamp eating cheesecake and running from police boats that they are not liberals. Only conservatives do that. They go down there and they do it in the dead of night. Liberals, we can do that in a fucking parade if we want to.
Hundreds of thousands of people coming down here are coming down.
We don't have to move to Florida to eat cheesecake in a thong in the middle of a river. We're like, you do you, boo. I'm not here to yuck your yum. Just don't fuck with anybody.
Here and registering Republican. They are making our state redder.
Yeah, again, who gives a shit, dude? If you're trying to be a national party, that doesn't help.
And a more freedom-loving, tax-friendly, business-friendly state. How is that not a good thing? They're making your property values go up. Just look at the data. Folks, I'll be honest.
Hold on 1 second. If I may, one moment. Let's see. Come on, kids. Move on down.
So I'm not interested in opinions. I'm interested in freaking data.
Okay, I just gave you some data. Here's some other, let's see. Let's just go back to, there we go. Luxury home buyers in Florida will begin to see more options, realtor says, because people are dying and leaving. Also, here you go. This is the Sun Sentinel in South Florida. Oh, I can't look at that one. It's behind a paywall. Sorry. Hold on. One of the data points I think is important is the use of a word like if versus when. I think we can all agree, right, that there's a huge difference in a sentence, for example, that starts with a when instead of an if. Florida is so notorious for how volatile the housing market can be. During the housing bubble and subsequent crash 2000s, Florida was one of the hardest hit states. Many Florida housing markets are notable for their heavy ownership by foreign investors. Yeah, that's the people that are moving there. What's more, Florida has a high rate of wealth inequality, creating a patchwork of high-income, expensive cities alongside low-income, cheap housing markets. Many have been wondering when the housing market will crash in Florida. Predicting a crash is obviously fraught. However, if we look at the factors like year-over-year changes in home prices, the number of days on market a home for sale spends, the percentage of homes for sale that have had their prices drop, the sales to list price ratio, available inventory, and the number of home sales, we can get a clearer picture of what's going on in Florida. Using data from Redfin, down 9.2% right now, covering all the above-mentioned factors, we analyze which cities in Florida have been experiencing the greatest disruption in their housing markets. This may shine a... Oh, and then, Florida market overview. Let's see. Recent months have seen a month-to-month decline in the Florida median sale price. Fell by 2.7%. I would call that on the Fed number, by the way, 410 to 399. They're trying to shave stuff off and sell before prices have to go down, because when interest rates go up, the price of a house goes down because you're looking for that sweet spot for the buyer. And then from July 2022 to August 22, it fell by 1%. From August 2022 to September, 0.7%. However, it must be noted that throughout the entire period of September 2017 to 22, Florida's median sale price exceeded $300,000 for the first time, November 2020. Thus the price, okay, they went up. Other factors, however, seem to point to a continued slowdown in the Florida housing market. For example, the percentage of active listings that have had their prices dropped has increased from 18.2% in September to 31.9% in September of 2022. 30% of houses on the market have had to drop their price. And that's up from a month before. 2 months before? When was it? No, that's year to year. So year over year, 18% the year before and down 31% after that. By the way, excuse me, I'm getting a notice from my cat. 1 second. Chip was... What's it doing? What's he doing? Hi, buddy. Did you want to say hi? Oh, you came in at the same time? So he doesn't care about me? I see. All right. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm still doing a show. All right. Chip, Summer came in the front door right as Chip was whining at my door. And he was like, she's upstairs. Treat. It's a treat time. It's treat. I think the food arrived. We ran out of wet food. So we only had 1 can of wet food this morning to divide between 2 cats. It was not pretty. It was ugly. It was a lot of eating while going, it was that kind of stuff, right? So anyways, Chip's getting a treat. We'll back to our regular program. Okay, so anyways, where were you, stupid?
The people coming down to Florida are...
Again, why the fuck do I give a... This goes towards the whole, like, we got school boards. Who the fuck... Do you have any idea how much federal money Florida needs to stay a fucking float? Considering how often it's hit by hurricanes and the like? Even though Florida is a high-value state as far as its output, it costs more to the federal government and the federal taxpayer, every other state, than like 6 other red states combined, and that's a lot.
Conservatives, overwhelmingly. Now, you may say, well, that's great news. Well, the Journal article talks about, kinda. It is great news, but the bad news, there's some bad news too. I mean, number one is your house property value's going up if you live in Florida like we do.
No, they aren't.
But if you're a renter, your rents are through the roof.
Right. And, like, he's literally, on the bad news, he's correct. On the good news, he's lying. I just showed you.
You could probably attest to that, right? I mean, the rental rates around here are bananas. They're freaking insane.
Yeah, because nobody's sure they want to fucking stay.
And also...
And nobody wants to own a house in a hurricane state if they're from someplace else.
The blue states, it's going to get really hard to win. I'm sorry, folks. That's just the truth.
You mean the states where all the success and money is and where all the taxes get paid?
It's zero sum, correct? If a conservative leaves New York, we're not Democrats. We don't vote in multiple elections at the same time.
Yeah, you do. Check the villages. They're actually in Florida. They're probably driving distance from your fucking house.
If you leave New York, you can only vote where you moved. So it's going to get harder to win in blue states.
Yes, all the states that actually impact, I don't know, the earth, like fucking California and New York.
This is just...
And Illinois.
It's the reality. These are facts. Also, some more good news why it was a mixed bag. Likely to keep the House. We wanted some governorships, potentially governorships, if we can pull off the Lake one.
Nope. Not going to fucking happen.
And school board wins around the country. Look at this, just a news article. We cleaned up in school board races.
Wow.
Bongino.com/newsletter. They describe these races around the country in school boards, especially down here in Florida, where we...
Oh, especially in Florida? Really? What are the odds?
Cleaned up.
You cleaned up in Florida with the school board races, did you?
Despite mixed results in the midterms, conservatives make gains in school board races.
Oh, well, then fucking, I'm settled. I can't take any more of this bullshit. I don't even know, the rallying shit is pathetic. Them trying to sell this shit to their own followers again.